Hi, I'm Carrie, and I love doing fun art projects and crafting. Today I found a fun piece at a thrift store that I thought would be a really excellent craft, and Rotorazer sent me a Rotorazer Platinum to try out, and I thought this would be an excellent opportunity to give it a try. So this is the piece that I found at the thrift store. I thought it would be really fun and different for a table. That's kind of the direction that I was looking to go for this craft, was something to repurpose or make into a table. But it doesn't have a top, so that's going to be my first part of the project, is building a top for it. I'm going to use plywood, and then I'm going to cover the plywood with some tiles, and hopefully it'll turn out okay. So I'm going to show you the Rotorazer Platinum now. This is what it looks like, and it's a very nice compact size, but also very powerful. It has several different attachments that it comes with. It has a fence guide that you can slide in here through the front and tighten it down with this knob. That'll help you do longer cuts, kind of a guide on the edge of your piece there. It comes with a couple different blades. The one it has on right now is for heavier duty materials. It also comes with one for soft wood, soft materials like plastic, and one for tiles. So I'll be using at least 2 of these blades in my project today. A couple other features to note. This is the power button down here. It's going to slide back. Once it's plugged in, that's how you'll turn it on. And then on the top side is your safety, which you'll push forward while you're pulling back on the power supply, and that will release the blade. And that's the Rotorazer Platinum. So now I'm going to walk you through the steps of our craft. So we've got our plywood that we're going to measure and cut out with the Rotorazer Platinum. That's going to be the base for the top of our table. After we cut that out, I have some trim that I'm going to be painting black to match the project. The trim is going to be attached to the edge of the plywood, so not only is it going to hide the raw edge of the wood, it's going to give us a place to butt the tile up against. And when I attach the tile for this project, since it's nothing industrial or major construction like a shower, all I'm going to use to attach the tile is just some heavy adhesive. And then once that's had a chance to set, we're going to grout over it. And the really nice thing about this project is I only will need one tool for all of my cutting needs. I'll just use the Rotorazer Platinum for the wood, for the tile, just change out the saw blade, good to go, and hopefully it turns out looking pretty good. So the first thing you want to do in any crafting project that you're doing is plan. Plan ahead, think through the steps, make sure you've got it all worked out. Next, you're going to want to make your measurements, figure out your measurements. What we did with ours was we actually laid our tiles out and used those to help us determine our measurements. And then before we did any of the cuts, we made sure that we had our safety glasses, our earplugs, gloves to make sure you get a good grip. Everything that we needed was right there. For the next step, we needed to change our blade to the tile cutting blade. And this is where the vacuum attachment came in really handy, because it eliminated all the dust made by cutting the tiles. So after cutting the tile, we started assembling the trim pieces onto the board. We used a finish nailer gun to attach the trim onto the tabletop. So our project is coming along really nicely. We've put our first coat of paint on our edges, and now we're going to mark out where we're going to be attaching the top to the base. So we'll get it more or less square and centered. And this is actually the top of the table here, which I'm going to be screwing down from the top into the legs, but I'm going to mark it on the top so that I can see where I'm going when I drill. I'll at least get in the neighborhood of the right place. All right, that should do it. So now we're going to attach our top to our base. Our next step is to dry fit the tiles onto our tabletop. Once we've done a dry fit and make sure everything fits the way we want it to, we'll start applying the adhesive, use our spacers to get the spacing and everything right. Then we'll let everything cure for a while. Then all there's left to do is grout. So now the fun begins. Now we get to start laying tile. Since it's not an industrial project or like a shower or a table or a countertop or anything like that, we decided instead of using a strong mortar, we're just going to use an industrial glue to hold them in place since it's not going to get a ton of wear and tear. So now that we've had a chance to let the adhesive set completely, we're going to go ahead and grout. Now it's grouting time. So here's our finished product. Once it completely dries for another couple hours, we'll be able to give it one more final polish, and then we're done. So we were able to do this whole project in a matter of hours and just needed the Rotorazer Platinum to do all our cutting, and it was really easy.
Make your do-it-yourself projects a breeze. All you need is one easy-to-use tool, the Rotorazer Platinum. And for a limited time, it's available to YouTube viewers at a special price. This all-encompassing handy saw is available to you at the low price of $195 or 3 easy payments of $65. Also for a limited time, we're throwing in free shipping. Go to buyrotorazer.com/YouTube. Do it now because the shipping is free and so is this special offer of 3 easy payments of $65.